Well, wow. We have been traveling and we said we're almost home. It certainly feels like we are to be with neighbors. Thank you, Wisconsin. To Caitlin, thank you for the kind introduction. Thank you for sharing and trusting us with your story. And thank you for the work. Should be a pretty simple proposition, but we know it's not. And there's folks in here who fought this thing for decades. The simple proposition is women need to make the decisions about their bodies for themselves. I got to spend a little bit of time with your incredible Lieutenant Governor. I just have to say, you just keep adding them. Between Tony Evers and Lieutenant Governor Rodriguez, you're winning. So, and to each and every one of you, look, it's a beautiful Friday afternoon. We know the snow is going to fly before too long, so there's things you can do. Look, we look forward to it. That makes us different. But coming here, I can't tell you how grateful I am. On behalf of Vice President Harris and myself, thank you. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for the work you're doing. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to earn your vote and go out and get people. But I think more importantly, thank you for believing in this country and this democracy. That's why you came. That's why you came. If you needed any more graphic representation, and it's just the way it is, this great nation, this great democracy, one of two people are going to be president of the United States. And there was one person on that stage that is qualified to do that job, that showed that time and time again. And while Tuesday night was exciting, I want to be clear about this because I'm a little bit of shame on folks who I heard some people like they thought they were being complimentary. Said, wow, she did so great. I'm really surprised. Why are you surprised? Why were you surprised? She's a prosecutor, county attorney, Attorney General of California, United States Senator, Vice President of the United States. And the next President of the United States. And I just want to say to this community, the mayor, to everybody else, coming over here, we just came, did a little stop. I'm learning all these new terms. Look, 4 weeks ago, I'm sitting in my house, minding my own damn business, and now I'm here. And so we're getting to do this. So they have off the records where we have unscheduled stops, and we just stopped down the street and met Anastasia and Anton and their son Mark, who work down there at the Ukrainian bakery. And this community opening their hearts as their country's at war, welcoming them here, and their hard work of opening their own business and selling me cake down there that I probably don't need, but I sure wanted. And I just think about that. And as we were standing there and speaking with them, and you could, I mean, the sadness that was there too, but the sense of pride in this country and the gratitude of being here. You saw the other night, some of those questions should have been very easy. And let me say this, standing in the Ukrainian bakery in Wausau, Wisconsin, in front of Ukrainians whose country's at war defending democracy, the answer is simple. Ukraine must win the war. Vladimir Putin is the aggressor. And Russia's the aggressor in this, and we need to stand together. This idea, when you're asked, and you saw Donald Trump be asked, he was asked, who did he look up to? Who? Because Kamala Harris rightfully pointed out, because I've all seen this, all the other Democratic leaders have no respect for him. They know where he's at. He continues to side and brag about being friends with the dictators. All the people in the world he could have picked. He picks Viktor Orban, is who he's looking at. Now, what I would tell all of you, we know what they are, but what you saw was a clear way forward. A new way forward for us. And how Wisconsin can't claim credit for forward on every time we say it is something. So you own it. You own it. So, but you heard it clearly lay out and clearly speak to the American public. Talk about what matters to them. Someone who's in it for them. Donald Trump didn't even try and pretend that he's in it for anybody but himself. And look, this is a time, this has been used so much in time trying to scare people through fear. And there's a couple ways. You're the volunteers. Look, Kamala Harris did her job. We got to do our job. That's what we have to do. And you know that if it were about having the best ideas, we'd win every damn election. So, but unfortunately, the best ideas don't always get over the finish line. So that's where you come in. This is taking that energy, taking that new way forward, taking that vision, lifting up that leader who was there with grace and dignity and vision and intelligence and kindness and compassion, lifting her up, taking that energy and turning it into voter contact and then turning it into ballots at the ballot box. That's our job. That's our job. And I know this is hard work, picking up the phone, calling people, door knocking, getting people registered. But you can feel it across this country. We just came from Michigan State University in East Lansing. We were in Grand Rapids. Somebody's there, Spartan. There you go. Good work. Go green. You were into it. So, but young people are out. They're engaged again because look, there's a couple ways you go about this. You can go the way about it that they do, and you can do all you can to make it difficult to vote. You can do all you can to suppress votes. You can do all you can to make people cynical about our system and our electoral system, or to make people just check out from it. Or you can do what all of you do. You can do voter engagement. You can inspire people. You can lift them up, and we can get them to the polls to show that democracy is the right way to go. Because let's be clear, the press wants to know what the plans are, and they're asking. That's their job. At where we gather, we celebrate the press as part of our democratic system, an important part of it. We celebrate where they're at. And Donald Trump continues to try and suppress, continues to try and lie. But at a debate, if the Ukraine question wasn't easy enough, there's one even easier than that. And that one is, when you lost the 2020 election, why do you continue to lie about it? Why do you continue to lie about it? And I get it. This idea of trying to say, well, we need to stay fair and all this. We cannot be that frog in that slowly raising water temperature where we recognize that that is normal. That is nowhere near normal. And what we know is the way to put an end to that is to simply work our butts off, call our neighbors, get people to the ballot box, win this election, and let him go complain for however long he wants to complain. Let him go complain. So I oftentimes say this, especially at rallies where people are showing up on your own time. As I said again, yes, we understand this is a means to an end. The means is to elect Kamala Harris, the next president of the United States. And the end of that is a functioning democracy where everybody matters, where women make their own healthcare choices, where we tackle things. That's what we do. So Donald Trump and some of these folks don't really want to go through all this. It's just easier, as he told some of his folks, just vote this time, you won't have to do it again. You know, there is an argument to be made. It would be easier. None of us would have to do this again. We would just let it go or whatever, except our country is founded on the principle over our dead bodies, almost literally, where we allow a dictator to control what we do. We were founded on the idea that this is a privilege. So yes, it's hard work. I know some of you are saying, look, you heard me say it, sleep when you're dead, and some of you are taking it literally. So sleep a little bit maybe. But the privilege of being in this democracy, once again, billions of people around this planet could only imagine gathering as free people in a room to determine how we want to be governed. And then we have a free and fair election. The winner shakes the hand of the person who loses. And what used to happen before Donald Trump is the folks who lost did everything they could to make the folks who won successful, to try and win. You know that there's examples of it. You know, the Republican Party contributed much. This is not the Republican Party. This is Trumpism. This is not anybody who's interested in it. So look, we get the privilege of being alive at the time to fight this incredibly important fight in the long history of American democracy. We get the chance over 53 days to talk to our neighbors and tell them why this matters. We get to look at our children and young people and say, the politics can lift us all up, and you get to be part of something, because each one of us gets a single vote and puts it forward. But when we come together around shared values, those values of freedom, you saw it in Chicago. We made it very clear. There's only one party right now stands for freedom, and that's us, right here. That's us. And I will be damned if I will let them think they own the flag to put his picture on it. Right? And while we're all at it, we know a little something about family. We know a little something, and those families are your choices. What your family looks like is your choice, and supporting those families and supporting those children. So whether it's freedom, whether it's flag, or whether it's the family, that's what happened. And you saw it in Chicago. Now, I will claim this. I did this on a personal thing. I took football back from them too, by the way. So just so we know, we're not gonna have it. So look, for all of you, we're here today to say thank you. We're here today to encourage you. We've got 53 days. I know we've asked much. If we can get people on another shift, we can get people out on another door knock, because truly, this election is going to go through a few states, and in one of them is Wisconsin. It's going to go through a few counties. And I know people say, well, you know, it's a little redder county or whatever. It's about reducing the margins. It's about pulling things down. It's about the swing states. Look, a couple thousand votes in a county like this, the way our system is set up, is worth more than 20,000 votes in California or wherever it may be. So we know, and look, I'm going to say this, the states that are the ones that are going to really come to it, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, they're really messing. We are people that walk on water half the years. We like snow. Our ancestors came across and could have kept walking till they found the Pacific Ocean and palm trees, but oh hell no, they stopped right here, and they carved out a way of life. And when it's in Wisconsin, they taught us a little something about co-ops. They taught us a little something about union organizing. They taught us, that's right here. And those things built the middle class. Those things, and you know, we've got the saying over there, you've got some great senators over here. By the way, don't even allow anybody to consider not sending Tammy Baldwin back. Don't ever consider. We had a senator that we lost all too early, but it's still in our blood and in our DNA. When Senator Wellstone just said very simply what we all believe, we all do better when we all do better. And so Wisconsin, the Wisconsin coordinated campaign, to all the candidates who put themselves out there, all of you came on this day to be there. This is a privilege for us to do it. And let's wake up on that 54th day and be able to look at one another and know that we were part of this time. We were part of the time that stood up for this. We were the ones who did it. And there's so many reasons, but just imagine the first time you're going to get the opportunity to say, Madam President, it's a privilege to have you. Let's go get them. Thank you.